Uh-huh. Yeah, just I'm doing live. Is it started live? Yeah.
Yeah, you started live.
Welcome all to all masters who are joining us tonight for meditation and then wisdom session by Preeti ji. So let's start with meditation tonight. Preeti ji, over to you.
Thank you. Let us start. Sit with meditation. So, the breath mindfulness meditation or the Anapanasati Dhyan. For that, let's sit comfortably on the floor with crossed legs, all 10 fingers into fingers, hands in your lap. Gently close your eyes and loosen out your body. Take a slow, long, deep breath in. Go within. Withdraw your awareness from the world around you. For a new beginning, a new journey within. I'm going to play a music. Let us just be with our breath. Normal, natural, easy, peaceful. Simple breath. Meditation is very, very easy. We are in the state of our being, doing nothing, just witnessing our own breath. The life force. Filling our body with enormous life force, Prana Shakti. Let us go deeper and deeper, breath by breath. Let the thoughts come and go. Do not get entangled. Wherever our awareness goes, the energy flows. Let us be aware of our own normal, natural, easy breath. Become completely one with your breath. As you inhale, go within. As you exhale, just gently come out through your awareness. So many things are happening as we breathe in and breathe out gently. Life is beautiful. Feel it in your heart. The pain is inevitable. But the suffering is our choice. Mahatma Gautam Buddha. Suffering begins in mind. Unreal become real. Fearful thoughts brings fearful experiences. Mistrust brings mistrusting experiences. Let us cultivate our mind with the regular practice of meditation. So that we harvest beautiful, loving, miraculous thoughts. Be aware of your breath, however it flows, slow or long. Deep or shallow. Just observe and let it be. Let it go. Let everything go. No past, no future. Here in this now. We are sitting all together. With pure heart. With purest of intention. In our isness. In our beingness. Which is God. Feel the sensation on top of your head. Throughout the spinal cord. Throughout your body. That's energy. As our mind becomes empty, we become one with the universe. Allow and receive this cosmic energy. That is always there. Now, we have just got connected with it. How uplifting this music is. We are changing our own vibration, our own frequency. As we are tuning in the higher frequency. The great scientist Albert Einstein said, "We can't solve the problem with the same mind that has created it." How do we change our mind? We are each unique being. Changing every moment. in this journey of life. As we dedicate our time in regular practice of meditation, we become that miraculous thinker who manifests miracles in life. Our life returns us our regular habitual thinking pattern. Let us break that thinking pattern. Let us harvest our miraculous belief systems by merely changing our thoughts, our outlook towards the life. In my own beingness, I am more loving, radiating loving energies. It is so safe to be me. our existence, in our beingness. We have the urge to express our uniqueness. Let us live what we really urge for, to fulfill our life. To fulfill the purpose of life that we have chosen. Life gives us mastery over life. Last 2 minutes. Gently come back. In your awareness, feeling your body, feeling the space around yourself, the room you are sitting in. Feel your toes, your fingers, your hands, your chest. Feel your face. Last 5 seconds. Gently bring both your palms and put it over your closed eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can gently open your eyes within your closed hands. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Thank you. Thank you for your presence. It was wonderful.
Thank you, Preeti ji. Thank you for such a wonderful meditation. It was very deep and very highly energetic. Thank you so much. So, friends, you all must be knowing Preeti ji. She is from Phoenix, Arizona, US, and she is an engineer by profession. And she loves to teach meditation to all people. And she loves to read modern spiritual books and autobiographies of different spiritual persons. So she believes that all this spiritual knowledge and reading books is keeping her on this path, spiritual path. So today she is coming up with a very interesting topic that whatever energy we gain from meditation, how to conserve that energy so that we can progress much faster on this spiritual path. So let's hear from her. Welcome Pratiji once again for the session, wisdom sharing session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica ji. So I will be talking more with my own experience. As I said, reading spiritual books from many masters, their autobiography and their journey on this path is so unique, so motivating. We literally don't need someone to hold our hands. We have enough of information all around us, the right tool. If we just listen to our heart, what it says, we will find the right way to move on. So this is how life has been. We know Buddha, once he became a Buddha, but he had his own journey, and every journey has its own lesson. So with this kind of meditation practice, one that we do at home, personal, is a beautiful thing. There we hear our own thoughts more. It is difficult to go deep because we have so many things in our plate. What to do next? What has happened so far? Who said what? So whatever, wherever we are spending our time, it is coming to us all together. Just when we are sitting idle, when we are sitting with our own self, we just get to hear so much, which is not us. So today, during the meditation, I found Albert Einstein communicating that everything is energy. And you know what he said, energy can never be destroyed. So, but it can be transmuted. So one way we are raising our energy with regular practice of meditation. But that 1 hour of meditation practice and 23 hours, what the remaining time, what we are doing. Wherever the awareness goes, the energy flows. So we are, during the meditation, sitting as a bucket, filling up every inch of it with the cosmic energies. We feel so good, so peaceful, so calm, right after meditation in our own state. As the day passes on, as we keep getting different kinds of thoughts, it starts eating our energies. So be mindful. The same thought is our own choice. Be mindful of our own thought. We have the capacity to change the thinking pattern that makes our habits, that makes our belief system. And we just want to make a choice that this is not fulfilling my life. I have lived this way very long now, and I'm going to make this change. I'm going to make the affirmations that is making me more comfortable living this life. So a simple affirmation, if we take, I am safe, you know, it saves us so much of our energies. Because when we, in general moment, when we think about our future, we generally think of so many thoughts which are not real, and we put ourselves in that trauma of experiencing it. That thing has not happened so far, but we still experience it just by thinking about it. That is our anxiety, what we call. The past brings us stress because that is how we start looking at the life. Many of our belief systems, they help us live life comfortably, but many of them, the experiences that we have had in the past, and we have made some belief system, okay, if I go out, if somebody is talking with me nicely, it means he is looking for something, you know. So that kind of mistrust we start putting in our mind. So it is not safe to talk, or somebody is gentle and kind, there's maybe some mean person is around. These kind of belief system brings more of such experiences, and then things happen in our life. We are creating those scenarios just by thinking in our mind. So yes, when we meditate, we all can feel how great we feel after meditation. And as the day passes on, there's something that is what I am missing. The same person, I'm not the same person who I was right after the meditation. So something is wrong in my understanding of life. You know, when we consider life with some happenings, which is very normal, that is what is called life, right? Taking birth, growing up, going to school, having some experiences at school, having a relationship, marriage, kids, family, death. They are very common to life. But if we add our own thoughts of, you know, fearfulness, of anxiety, of what will happen to my son or my granddaughter, is not going to help them or me. We are all given the free choice. We are, since our birth, we are given our own choice to make our thoughts, to make a choice of our thoughts. And that is what leads our own life. So mind eats up a lot of energy the moment we think about somebody, lovingly or hateful or neutral. That is how we connect with that person immediately, right in that moment. There is an exchange of energy. Suppose at home, if we have family of 3 or 4, and the child has done some mistake, there could be multiple approach to this scenario. Either we could be very someone could be very angry at the kid, or someone is very I'm okay just watching it. It happens. There are two responses. But the moment we get angry, we cross our limits. We start yelling, speaking words those are not useful for in any way to the child, so that he doesn't repeat the mistake. He will only not repeat the mistake unless and until he realizes that something he could change, something that he didn't do right. We cannot make him change. The person, being a child or a grown-up or an adult, we have to realize our own mistake to correct it. The person who is yelling from outside, just what is happening here? If you just see, we all have energies, so that child is in that state of joyfulness. He's radiating that energy. A person who just gets mad, he's looking at the child as if some enemy, or as if some, stupid thing. You don't understand. I told you 5 many times, but still you do that. So here there is an exchange of energy. That joyfulness of the child goes down because the energy is being sucked by a people, by another person. And that person, he might feel good later, because now he has the energy from other person. This is called stealing of energy. And it happens all the time. It happens even if we are communicating in our friend circle. Sometimes we feel good, we all have that understanding of feeling the vibes of people around us. We all understand energies. We may not pay attention, or we may not understand it in our conscious mind, but someday we meet the same person and we say, I didn't get a good vibe, so I didn't feel like talking about it. So when we are talking, if we are putting someone down, or if we are appreciating somebody, there's always an exchange of energy. And we need to be careful of our own words, our own intention, how we are connecting. There's a very beautiful book called Celestine Prophecy. I would highly recommend everybody to start reading that. It's a very interesting book written in very easy way, and it's like a story. I have really enjoyed it. So, and I know many people have enjoyed it. So you would also, if you have not read it, you can start reading that Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. Beautifully, he has explained the snatching of energy or stealing of energies between people, and why we feel uncomfortable being with somebody, and why we feel so much, calm and peaceful when there's a person who we trust. How do we feel? So we all understand energy. So first thing first, saving the energy is very important by observing our thoughts. It's important to observe our thought. And we know, except if I have this kind of thought of maybe hatred, or maybe jealousy, of anger, I want to change that. That is my choice. I will create beautiful affirmation. I am safe. I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am who, even if we have done mistakes, everybody does it. I just accept myself the way I am. And the moment we accept ourselves, we get to create another person within ourselves, a heart full of compassion, of understanding. We just don't see. These eyes are camera to take pictures, but our intention, our beingness adds value to the picture. When we see a mother and a child, we just don't see two people. We see the energies, how loving it is, and we feel it. We feel that mother's energy, and these are uplifting energies. When I read books, I said I'm a very fond of reading books, and I didn't know that until unless I started it. After college, I said, okay, I'm done with studies. I don't want to read anymore. For next 10 years, I couldn't touch any other book. 10, 15 years. And then one day when I took a book, I forgot that I never slept a night without any book. I mean, even if I'm not reading, there is a pile of book of 5, 10 books keeping beside my head, and I'm sleeping. All my childhood, all my college days, it was just like that. And it was easy to understand. So reading book is really charging yourself up. We get to know more about our own self. We get to know more about the stuff, the things that uplifts us, that makes us comfortable. Read the book Illusion. It's such a beautiful book by Richard Bach. These are simple books that we all can just read in our free time, just walking by. If we consume our time watching Netflix or social media, we can utilize that time to get some wisdom from other masters. That is really uplifting. So even though in the kitchen, if I go now, I won't be thinking about a past experience which was painful or which was hurtful, and I'm not putting that energy in the food. Now, because I'm reading book, what kind of thought I am getting? What master said, how it was for him. So our thought becomes purified. That is how, because those are somebody's experience, those are something that I want to learn. Even in the kitchen, if I'm working, even with the child, I'm playing, I'm more aware, instead of thinking about anybody else or thinking less of our own self, we can just take our time in our, those many of such lean time is there where we can contemplate on the concepts that we have read. And it becomes so interesting because now if somebody calls in middle, we are going to start from there. We are all doing great at our own place. Richard Bach said a very interesting thing and very important that I always trusted. There is no injustice in this universe. There is a law. That is how this world is living. We are growing, we are expanding. There is a law, the law of cause and effect. And it's not bad. It's the law that, self-sustenance. It is the law of self-sustenance. Completing our own experience. If I feel, I in this lifetime, I experience how it feels like being a female. Having my particular life challenges. How does it feel? What do I learn from here? In the next lifetime, I may be someone else. Learning something which is not making me complete. I am complete always, but I want to grow and expand because this universe is ever growing always. So I am that, the life is full of eternity. It is the journey of eternity. And the universe is growing, the consciousness that is us who is experiencing. We want to grow more and more. That is what we call the, my consciousness is expanding. And it happens when we read books. Sharing loving energies. So meditation, thoughts, book reading, group meditation, personal meditation, we all have experience. It is a little bit difficult at times. Sometimes it's very good. And that is very important. Apart from a group meditation, I do my personal practice that we have to do. And long, deep meditation. Oh my goodness. People are afraid of doing long, deep meditation. But if you sit more than 3 hours, at a stretch, you're not opening your eyes regularly for 3 hours, 3 to 5 hours. In middle of 3 to 5 hours, we will have so many of experiences, so many. We will know more that we are not this body. And that knowingness is now my experience. It changes my understanding of life completely. And in that, every time we meditate anyhow, because there's a tuning, right? We are if we are in low frequency, we are coming in contact with the higher frequency, we are changing our frequency. But if we are sitting for that long meditation, that deep meditation is so healing. So many of your past life gets healed, and we become totally a different person every single day. We become more quiet inside so that we can see our thoughts. We become more acceptable of situations, acceptable of life, of people. It we have to come to that state, just like a doctor see a patient. If he has to do a surgery, he just sees an object. He's not going to blame that person of doing something wrong. And when we meet with people, we all have some perception, and we just think that this person is just like that. He can never be another one. He is going to behave like that. He is going to come late to the party or something. We all have some notions. But if we come to that state, that is the state of soul in our beingness. We see everybody as soul. If we have, as we have discussed about the journey of life, different soul levels we have. So we behave. Everybody wants to be at their best. Even a thief, even a murderer. I'm taking extreme example, but I'm just telling so that we understand that everybody is trying to be their best. But if our understanding is just this much, and it is sometimes, we all have that tendency that something we learn by doing, even if people are telling, we do not accept it. So if we start seeing people just like a doctor, if we start seeing a soul level, we will have no judgment. There will be no drop of energy or fluctuations of energies. And I'm telling you all this from my own experience, because initially for first 2 years, I was feeling, okay, I'm meditating, but where my energies are, even though it was growing. But I felt a lot of, leakages, all our emotions, all our thoughts, all our that victim mindset or the controlling one. They all takes up so much of our energy. So meditation is one way that we learned. Music, art, dancing, expression. And to express ourselves, I have a beautiful affirmation. Every day I want to do it, and I do it. Is that it is safe to express myself. And in this meditation, I also said that it is safe to be me, because when I am me, I am more of me, and I know I am full of love and compassion. I cannot even hurt anybody. So that trust, that knowing this, because the feeling is our life. What we feel, we reflect in our life. Thoughts could be something else, and feelings could be something else. Where this energy, the very important thing came just now. How our energies goes here and there. See, we all know Trikaran Shuddhi, if we understand that. What we speak, what we think, and what we do. If they are in sync, if they are at one, I am a person who is doing what I am thinking. So my speaking, my thinking, and my beingness, my action, they are all same. I'm not wasting my energies masking myself. I'm not wasting my energies in manipulating myself. I'm not living others' life. Okay, my mother sees me this way, my father sees me this way, my husband, my child, who I need to become. So these are all the energy holes. If we can't hear our own self, what I want to do, and I think in that today's meditation, that also came. So these are all the messages given by masters on particular day, particular topic that I shared, and some of in the meditation, and some of the talk that I did today is from my own experience. And one of the most beautiful experience I would share is doing using pyramids, raising your energies. We can heal our own life without any medication, just by thinking, just the way we change our thinking pattern, and it doesn't happen on its own. We have to sit with ourselves, see ourselves, meditate more and more, being that stillness, in that stillness more and more, enriching ourselves. Ignorance is pain, ignorance is and the dark, so we need to come to the light, and that is wisdom. That is any master's wisdom is adding us so much in our own life. Spending time in the nature, sitting by the river, in the forest, hiking, in the garden, near the plants, hugging the plants, grounding, walking on the open floor, feeling the sky, feeling the mountains, feeling the air, moonlight, sunlight, even in the, that burning sun. If we don't complain, we tend to complain the weather. But if I say that, okay, I'm comfortable in whatever weather it is, and you will immediately feel that. We just need to, tell ourselves it's perfectly fine weather. And, people who is seeing you will feel good. They will not feel the heat. They will feel what you are feeling right now. They will feel peace looking at you, because you are not in that, oh, it's sharp sun or shooting cold. Yeah, if it is there, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to make up myself prepare for that environment. But for that particular moment, if you just say that I'm enjoying it, whatever it is, and things will change immediately in that moment. How people are living for so many years in Himalayas, they don't have all these fancy things what we have today. So there's something that we are missing, and we have to keep on going there until it doesn't become my experience. It is not going to change my life. We all want to live better and better, and that's why we are here in the meditation, at doing the best for our own self. Each and every moment in any session, we are just uplifting ourselves little by little by little. In single lifetime, we are taking a huge jump in our spiritual path. Another thing, so that was coming close to the nature, hugging the tree, walking on the floor, sitting by the riverside. Again, next is going meditation beside a samadhi. If a master has left his body, that place is so beautiful in the energies. I just can't tell you. It's my personal experience. I went to Patriji Samadhi. I went to Sadanand Yogi Ji Samadhi, and the experience I cannot express in word. These are something that we need to experience. We need to go. It feels like homecoming. There's no worry all around. There's no mess. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing to do. Just be here in that totality and just be there and enjoy that present moment. We have left the family behind. We have planned a trip. We have no worry to make our breakfast daily routine, whatever we do, no office. Wherever I am in that present moment, there is a beautiful scenery. There are trees, there is sky. There's a person who has given his life for the highest of the evolution on earth is with me. Just connect with that energies, with that trust, with that faith. It is 3 times more powerful. It is said that if we meditate beside a samadhi, and in my last summer trip to India, I didn't plan for going to so many samadhis, but it happened that I went to 3 samadhis. And I meditated there, and energies were so beautiful. Immediately you connect with yourself, and the time just pass on. We say we have heard about transcending the time and space. Now it has been 1 hour, and I don't feel like it's a 1 hour. It's just like I have so much to share. I have so much to speak. So we don't realize where the time went. That is how we transcend the time and space. That's the uplifting thing. That's every time it's a big thing if we understand how it boosts our energies. Transcending the time space is ultimately like, with the thought you are here, with the thought you are there, and we are not wasting any of our energies. Just totality of our existence we are enjoying wherever we are. Even if we are working, like cooking, many people do multitasking. It's a big energy hole. Even though many people ask this question, that can I do Swadhyaya audio series while cooking? Yeah, everybody does that in the beginning, but I personally have realized, like within 6 months or so, yeah, I want to read so many books, but I want to make my own experiences. Because one day I was unknowingly touching, like kneading the dough. I have no idea in what state of mind I was. I was zero or null, maybe. And then the moment, the last step that I was doing to the dough to rest, as if the dough caught me, giving me that loving energies, that thank you. And it's so uplifting when we get to hear from the things that we think they cannot speak. Those animals, those plants, those vegetables that we cut every day. If we cut the same vegetable with that loving thought of gratitude, that you are here today, that I can serve my family. We have experienced that hunger for so many years in the past, and now we are suffering with obesity. That balance has to be there. If we cut the same dhania, the same vegetable with that loving or gratitude energy, if we are thinking or listening something else, we are bringing that energy here. If you are listening to the news, I just hated it. If somebody has played the news and I'm cooking in the kitchen, everything is coming to my kitchen and everything is going to the food. So from outside and from inside, we are just feeding what is of no use. We are not going to do anything with that news, just taking it here, carrying it all day, draining my energy completely. So we have to be mindful of making each and every our choices. Where I want to spend my time, with what kind of people I want to meet, what kind of talk I want to have, what kind of words I'm going to use. Is it going to bring anything positive? Is it going to appreciation bring so much change? But with our habitual thing, if somebody goes wrong and we start correcting, we also start putting down, okay, you did a mistake. But that we are not the one to judge others. Everybody is leading our own life. So I would conclude it here. I hope I covered everything. But being one with our own self, if at work, at kitchen, in meditation, is extended practice of meditation, fulfilling our energies throughout the day, all the time. Thank you, Monica ji. If you want, you can add some more.
No,
There are so many things.
No. I did not want to. Actually, I wanted to ask question about the feelings you mentioned. The feelings are real, that we need to feel. So there are, when we are new into meditation, so we have to deal with lots of baggage, I would say, or the negative feelings that we have been carrying on for past few years or something. So how
Many lifetimes.
yeah, many lifetimes. Yeah, many lifetimes. Yeah, actually, many lifetimes. But we don't understand. We think that it is from this lifetime only. So, how do you handle? I mean, are there any ways to handle such emotions
Yes.
when negative? Because in the beginning, like I think 2-3 years of meditation,
And
people
it happens
struggle
with
with all
everybody.
these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, people struggle
That
with
is,
all these emotions.
yeah, that is how we learn, right? Like we start seeing, okay, even though I'm practicing meditation, nothing is happening. And it was happening to me also. Where is my energy is going at the
Yeah,
same time?
yeah.
Like I am still getting fed up or angry or irritated with people. And
Yes.
it takes on our own time, how we start taking things. But at least the affirmation thing is there, right?
Okay.
So always come with a space where, like, if I always keep checking myself, where am I?
Hmm.
Am I with my breath, or am I thinking about something?
Okay.
And about something, if I'm thinking what I have read, or anybody said something to me, That's the worst thing to have carry all the time. Somebody said something was his perception, and I'm not going to change that person. What can I do? Do I need to carry that? I want to let it go. So the more we live with our own breath, let it come and go. Watch it with open eyes. you know Distract yourself. One day somebody was scolding me very badly. So, and it's a very real, like past few months ago. So I was getting scolded, and suddenly I just lifted my eyes and I saw a calendar there that was Ganesha and Shiva and Parvati ji was there. And in that instantly, I just forgot what that person said.
Okay.
I didn't even um, to my consciousness, I don't connect to pictures that way. But immediately I just looked at it, and it exchanged some kind of energy, that my inner got. So distracting yourself from that situation, taking out yourself behind, take a 2 steps back, okay, giving that person space. It's the biggest learning. These are all lessons. That's why it all comes. And the beautiful thing about the journey in meditation is it's a samantra manthan, right?
Yes.
So when the manthan was happening, only the
first halahal.
What do you call halahal, right? So that wish came first.
Wish first.
So so that halahal has to pass on, and how we have to do is just letting it go. What we have so much holding with, even the bad things. Oh, my poor me, and that suffering. So I let it go. I don't want to be in that trap of being that emotional anymore. I just want to let it go. That intention, that feeling of letting go, and all is well, always. Louise best affirmation on this. I remember.
All is well in the world.
Yes, and the right thing will happen at right time.
Yes.
And I'm just open and receptive. So if things are happening, which is like I don't want, like I want something else to happen in this moment, but it's in your thought, but you are not living. It means it will happen at the right time because it's there in your thought. You have given it energy, but the time is not right, because you are not the only one in the queue of manifestation. There are people around sending the same vibes, their intention, their energies. So we are always in that synchrony, and we have lessons to learn from each other. Sometimes we take, sometimes we give. Yes. But the Celestine Prophecy, I would highly recommend everybody to read, because that's why we will enjoy that book very much. And so simply they have imparted a big thing that I just said, transcending. No, I have not seen the movie. Transcending the time and space. There you will see how they have mentioned it. So itself is a big topic.
Okay.
And so it's a very interesting thing.
Yeah. So I think, people when start with meditation, like first 2-3 years, it's all about wish is coming out.
It depends like how quickly we learn also, how much because the same thing comes to everybody, but some people, they let go. Okay, let go. So it happens also, but it don't think that after 2-3 years nothing will happen, because it's, as I said, we are carrying the patterns. Yes. Events are just the opportunity to release those energy blocks. We are carrying those energy blocks within, but the events are just the trigger to release those energy, because that energy has to get transmuted, right? Because it won't destroy. Right. Either we carry it in and we live it for like a disease. If something has if you are not able to release, the same thought is still there. Like Louise herself said that she had so much of resentment and anger that she created this cancer in her cervical cancer she got. So if we don't let the energy go, you don't have to suppress. I don't want to be, no, I'm a saint. I don't want to be that. Yeah,
I wanted to ask that question only. When you are feeling anger or when you are feeling resentment, how should we deal with those emotions? Should we?
And there Louise said, like, she went through many therapy, and that there are many inner child programs you might have heard, right? So
Yeah.
there are exercises to beat the pillow, close the room. If you feel like screaming, just scream. Let those energies go.
Hmm.
And every time, if we like, reminding us our own self, I have realized, because we practice deep meditation and this group meditation, already so many things are happening during that time. So we may not need to go for an therapy, but with our understanding, with our knowingness, if we affirm, we
Mm-hmm.
reprogram our own self, because we are living in that state that we create our own reality.
Right.
And when I heard this, I just thought, okay, I am having so many negative thoughts because it was just the beginning. And I was attending a state workshop and I thought, okay, I'm having so many negative thoughts. Am I going to manifest all of this?
Yeah, I'm
So,
going through that phase right now.
but don't worry, because, um, that's how we learn, when we see thing, okay, something bad I thought when it happened, okay, let me think something good, and then it will happen. So it happens, like she also said, even after going through the journey, sometimes the big boulders comes initially, but
Yeah.
then little gravel starts to come, and then sometimes big boulders come again, but now we
Again.
have experience. So
Yeah. That's what when I read that book again, I like, no, I realized that she is mentioning that, yeah, even after curing her cancer and no mending her relationships with her mother and sister, she still was, sometimes she had to deal with again those emotions and everything. So I thought I think it will be never ending journeys as long as we'll have feelings and
it starts happening, trust the meditation,
yeah.
meditation, as I said, like start sitting for 5 hours for
Hmm.
11 days, try it out. Mon,
Okay.
saving your energies, book. If we are doing Patriji teaching, if we are following it, so book reading must every day.
Yeah.
Dhyan, swadhyay, sajan sangatya, experience sharing every day, listening to others, because sometimes we get into judgment.
Yeah.
How can say that person say that? Okay, I don't get to see any of that kind of thing. So, but that is their experience, and that is how we expand our consciousness.
Yes.
Understanding grows. Life is not just to see pictures, to understand more, and that we have to tell ourselves, just like a baby. We have to treat ourselves just like a baby.
Hmm.
There's no hard task masters. Okay, if you do this, then you don't have to do this. So that way, then the little baby don't express herself within. That's how I have learned. And so mirror work, as we talked about self-love, so start
Yeah.
doing that, these small things.
Yes.
But with these days we have so many cameras, so just start doing that. Whenever you feel bad, look into your eyes and talk, communicate. How can I help you?
Hmm.
And water. One thing I missed, you can raise your energy with water, charging your water with affirmations, saying just thank you to the water every time we take a cup of water, a glass of
Yes.
water. I just feel so good. Like I will usually I will fill a glass of water in a glass, transparent glass tumbler, and then I'll just keep it. And by looking at it itself, I feel so good too. I feel like drinking. So telling ourselves that the water is the best beverage for me, and appreciating it, and we drink more and more water. That's how the energies are cleansed all the time.
Okay.
So if we have got, like, water represent our emotions. So if the water, like if we take from the RO water, right, so it fills up and there's a pressure, so the water has changed its energy. It's like broken the shape, and not it's the, like, if you see, there is a water research, and there's a whole big book on that, by a Japanese scientist. And water resembles a crystal,
Right.
and that resembles a good health, in our body. So if we say thank you to the water, it carries that energy, and it brings us in our body. And that's how we experience, for no reason we'll start smiling. And you talked about this state, right? You will get to that state. It is more of putting that miraculous thoughts in our mind.
Right.
So our pineal gland, when it opens, and we start receiving this miraculous thoughts, we are always connected to the universe, but we are just like radio, right? So if we have certain frequency, will tune to that. But now I'm having miraculous thought. Okay, people may say mad, I will never get old, you know, I'm just 11-year-old. Just tell yourself that kind of miraculous thought, you're just saying as of now. One day you will experience it. One day we will feel it. That day, those frequency will start connecting to my mind. We all live life for ourselves, but that prayer, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, when we live that, the whole universe comes to help us. And I have had so many miraculous experiences, and we all can experience it. And that's why this experience sharing is to inspire, motivate, not to become like somebody. Universe wants us to express our uniqueness, but to, we we are like information. If I don't have information, how can I dig more? How can I bring my intelligence in the picture? How can I bring that experience in my beingness? So take it as information. Whatever is coming to us is an information, but what can I keep is my choice. So so there are so many things that as we live life, practice and trust something truly. And especially with meditation, as I said last time also, that rishi who were meditating all the time, they had that lekni, that book where they were writing their experiences, what they heard, and they had the water kamandal, right? So they had this water to, and everything is stored. Water is a storage. In our body cells, we have trillions of cells. These are all storage. That is where our past life is stored. There is no outside. Our subconscious becomes our reaction. With that autopilot mode, we want to get rid of that. We want to respond to life. I'm excited about my life. My life is wonderful. Kind of just put that thought, the kind of comfort we are living with. As I said, like we have lived with that hunger at once, akal. And now we have so much to eat that we are into this obesity state. So we have so much of it, and then where we want to grow, having all the experiences, Buddha became Buddha, Gautam Buddha became Buddha, and he didn't go back to the palace. So we have to be a real alchemist, and real to who will make choices for us. It's us. So okay. Thank you, Monica ji.
Thank you so much.
It was nice topic, and I always like feel so much I have to share. Like every session goes so long. Thank you for your time.